You are listening to Bedtime Dreamy Tales. Share and subscribe our channel. Story title: The Old Woman and Her Pig. Once upon a time, there lived a little old woman named Granny Martha, who resided in a quaint, charming cottage on the edge of a village. Her house was peculiar. It was too small for a giant, but too big for a mouse, fitting her needs just perfectly. Granny Martha was a cheerful soul, always humming a tune as she went about her daily chores. Her life was simple, but filled with joy. One bright morning, Granny Martha decided to sweep her chambers, though she did not have many. As she swept under an old rickety table, her broom struck something hard. To her astonishment, she discovered a bright silver penny gleaming in the dust. Her heart leapt with joy as she picked it up, its surface reflecting the sunlight. "Why, this is my lucky day!" Granny Martha exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with delight. "With this money, I'll purchase a pig." With a spring in her step, she set off to the market, her mind buzzing with excitement. The market was bustling with activity, stalls filled with fresh produce, colourful fabrics, and an array of livestock. Granny Martha made her way to a stall where a farmer was selling pigs. Among them, a smooth-coated, black-spotted, curly-tailed piglet caught her eye. "This one is perfect," she thought, and without hesitation, she exchanged her silver penny for the piglet. Tying a string around its neck, she led it off, feeling triumphant. The villagers watched her with smiles, pleased to see the old woman so happy. Granny Martha and her new piglet walked happily through the village and into the countryside. They crossed fields and meadows, the piglet snorting and sniffing along the way. But as they approached a stile, a small step-like structure meant to help people cross fences, the piglet suddenly stopped. No amount of coaxing, stroking, or patting could persuade the piglet to climb over or creep through the stile. "Come on, little one," Granny Martha pleaded. "We need to get home before nightfall." She tried scolding the piglet, threatening it gently, even giving it a few thumps, but all in vain. The piglet was stubborn as a mule. Evening was fast approaching, and dark clouds hinted at rain. In her frustration, Granny Martha spotted a dog wandering nearby. Desperate, she called out, "Pray, give Piggy a bite, and over the stile, sir, compel him to go. Or here I may stay till 'tis midnight, you know." The dog, however, merely wagged its tail and sat down, refusing to help. "Well, well," sighed Granny Martha, "I'll be even with you. Unkindness like this you may happen to rue." Determined to find a solution, Granny Martha continued her quest. She spotted a stout crab stick lying on the ground and thought it might help. "Kind stick," she exclaimed, "please flog this cruel, unmannerly dog who will not bite Piggy, though plainly you see my pig will not stir, and there's no home for me." But the stick, of course, remained silent and motionless. Granny Martha sighed and looked around again. She noticed a fire burning in the distance. "Hurry!" she called to the flames. "Assist a poor woman and burn this vile stick, for it will not beat yon dog, and the cur will not bite my pig." The fire crackled and burned brightly, but made no move to help. Granny Martha, undeterred, saw a stream of water nearby. "Dear water," she said, "please extinguish this fire, which refuses to consume the crab stick that will not beat the dog that won't bite my pig." The water lay still and silent. Granny Martha was growing weary, but still hopeful. She spotted a large, placid ox grazing peacefully. "Great sir," she implored, "drink up this water, which could put out the fire, consume the crab stick, beat the dog, and get my pig moving." The ox merely chewed its cud, ignoring her pleas. As Granny Martha stood in despair, a butcher came walking by. She thought surely he could help. "Good butcher," she begged, "please slay this ox, for he refuses to drink the water, which won't extinguish the fire, burn the stick, beat the dog, or bite my pig." The butcher, however, just shook his head and continued on his way. Granny Martha felt tears welling up in her eyes, but she was not one to give up easily. She spotted a sturdy rope hanging from a tree. "Good rope," she pleaded, Hang that butcher who won't slay the ox, which won't drink the water, that won't quench the fire, which won't burn the stick, that won't beat the dog, that won't bite my pig." The rope swung gently in the breeze, but did nothing. Just as Granny Martha was about to lose hope, a veteran rat scampered by. With a deep curtsy, Granny Martha addressed the rat. "By your grandfather's beard and your grandmother's fame, by the deeds of your family, please gnaw and destroy that rope, which refuses to hang the butcher who won't slay the ox, that won't drink the water, which won't quench the fire, that won't burn the stick, that won't beat the dog, that won't bite my pig." The rat, seeing her distress, paused. But before it could respond, a fierce-looking cat appeared, its eyes gleaming hungrily. Granny Martha quickly explained her plight to the cat. Grimalkin, the cat, understanding her desperation and sensing an opportunity for a meal, pounced on the rat. The rat squeaked in terror. "Spare me, and I'll gnaw the rope." The cat released the rat, which immediately gnawed through the rope. The rope, now free, fell on the butcher. Startled, the butcher grabbed his knife and approached the ox, but the ox, wise and wanting to avoid trouble, ran to the stream and began drinking the water. The water, in turn, surged forward, dousing the fire. The fire, in its last flicker, caught the crab stick, which, ignited and hot, leapt up and began to flog the dog. The dog, yelping in surprise, turned and bit the pig sharply on its hindquarters. "Ouch!" squealed the pig, finally motivated to move. It scampered over the stile in a hurry. Granny Martha, hardly believing her luck, quickly followed. She led the pig all the way home, straight to its cozy sty. She filled its trough with fresh food and laid clean straw for its bed. As she fastened the sty door and wished the pig good night, it gave a contented grunt. Granny Martha, exhausted but happy, returned to her neat little house. She climbed into her warm bed, snug as a mouse, and fell into a peaceful sleep, dreaming of the adventures of the day. And so, Granny Martha and her pig lived happily ever after, each day bringing new joys, but none quite as exciting as the day of the silver penny and the stubborn pig. If you like this story, please give this video a like. For more stories, go to bedtimedreamytales.com. See you in the next story.